I'm back again for another. I don't know what I'm back again for. I probably shouldn't even be recording this because I literally just was trying to do like an emo scream and it sounded like I was about to fucking yuck. And so I don't. You guys want to hear me try to do it because it's kind of embarrassing, but I'll try it. So like I watched a tutorial and the guy was like, okay, so use your raspy voice and then pretend like you're like you're cold outside and you're trying to like blow air or whatever. So it's like your natural raspy voice. I was like, I don't even. And then it's like you have to blow out, and then. Yeah, no, I couldn't do it. It was like I was gagging. I don't know what the fuck I'm on about, but yeah, that's no, that's a no-brainer. Actually, I kind of want to move myself because I feel like moving myself, and so we're gonna move ourselves because I want to be on the. Right now, I'm on the hot dog side. I want to be on the hamburger side of my bed. So that's what we're gonna do. Sorry about this. I'm just a mess right now. Yeah, I don't know how people are like naturally good singers. I feel like I just have like this like naturally flat voice, and so I just am not able to do normal people singing stuff. Like whenever I sing something, it always sounds like "If Our Love," and that's basically. I mean, that's me like going like a register like lower, but even then, it's like if our love. I don't know why I keep on doing the fucking emo stuff. It's just stuck in my head, okay? But I don't sing like that normally because I don't sing because I can't sing, okay? And don't be like, oh, like you can sing. You just have to try. No, the fuck. There's some people in this world that cannot sing, and I'm one of them, and I'll just stick by that, okay? I know what music is, and I listen to music, but that doesn't mean I can make music, okay? Anyways, but today we're gonna continue this bad boy, things I didn't know or slash have as a kid, and we'll just pick off where I left. And so the one that we're gonna start off with is shoes in the house. But I feel like this is a pretty common practice nowadays. Like whenever I go to over to like, I mean, I only have like one white friend that I regularly hang out with, but every time I go over to their house, they're like, take off your shoes. I'm like, okay, and then I take off my shoes. But back when I was friends with more white people, I think that I didn't really register. I always just took off my shoes. I didn't think about it, but I would see them like their parents sometimes walking around with just shoes in the house, which I wasn't bothered by because like it's not my fucking house. And so if someone were come into my place and was like, I want to keep my shoes on, I'd be like, no, you can leave. But if I were to be in a place where they're like, you can keep your shoes on, I'll be like, okay. But anyways, so yeah, shoes in the house. I feel like that's something that's like very cultural. So if you're raised in a house that like has, is like not like grown on like cleanliness, but like deals with like, I don't know, but like it's all obviously cultural, and like I don't care about if you have shoes in the house, if you have inside shoes, if you have outside shoes. I don't give a fuck. Like honestly, I don't give a fuck. And sometimes I'll wear shoes in the house, okay? Like if I'm in my car and I need to grab something real quick, I'll fucking just run in with my shoes on, and then I'll come back outside. Like it's not that big of a deal, but I'm not clomping around in my fucking Mary Janes in my own fucking house. And so yeah, shoes in the house. I just thought that was strange, kind of weird, but I realized that was not a universal thing. Just like the fucking bucket, using a bucket and a cup to wash myself. But people do things a different way. You get to one end a different way, but you know what matters is you get to the end. All right. um okay, next one. Snacks in the pantry. I have always grown up in a house that was an ingredient household, and I think a lot of Asian households are like that. Like we just have rice, we have a lot of dried goods, and we just have a lot of just like canned goods as well. Like I don't know what the fuck we have, but we just have a lot of like ingredients. But I never really grew up in a house where snacks were just a normal thing. Like I used to go to my white friends' houses, and they would just have like a literal pantry full of just like snacks. Even like my richer like minority friends, or like my richer minority cousins, or whatever the fuck, would have like a pantry full of like snacks and stuff. So I just assumed that was just something that rich people had, and I didn't realize that was probably like something a lot of middle class and like lower class people had. But nowadays it's probably a lot more different because snack prices nowadays are fucking wicked. But I like the only times this house ever has snacks is when I intentionally bring snacks into the house. There really isn't a time where it naturally occurs, because my parents are not snackers. They didn't grow up as snackers, but I am inherently a snacker, and so they birthed a snacker and they expect me to live in a house with no snacks. What's that all about? I don't know what that's all about, but I think I should massacre them for it. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, so snacks in the pantry, really strange, really weird. And every time I crave something or I want something, I have to either go out of my way to go buy it, which is probably a good thing. But then when it comes to like sweets and stuff, or like if it's bread, like we don't have bread in the house. I only have tortillas in the house currently. But we don't have like white bread, like on standby ever. And so if I ever want to make a fucking sandwich, I have to make the bread. And then once I make the bread, I don't even want the bread anymore. You know what I'm saying? And so whenever I want a cookie, I can't just grab a cookie. I have to make the cookie. Or if I want a cake, I have to make the cake, you know? And so that's just my dilemma. I think that if I were to have access to like a whole pantry of snacks, I think I would go like fuck wild on it. So maybe it's good that I have like limitations to what I can consume. Yeah. All right, cool. Next one. Okay, this one is super fucking strange to me, and it relates to something that was kind of mentioned in the last video, but like the Pledge of the fucking Allegiance, bro. The Pledge of the fucking Allegiance. I have never understood the concept of I still don't. Like even when I was in high school, I legit never ever did it. I just kind of sat there, or I'll just like stand up and just put my hand over my chest. And I for me, I usually don't know which. I think it's this side that I put it on, right? I think it's this side that you put it on. But normally I just kind of, or like I'll just sit. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I call me a fucking non-patriotic motherfucker. Call me a fucking fascist. Call me whatever the fuck you want. But like I am so lazy. I don't want to stand up for flag. Like I see the flag, I acknowledge the flag, and I acknowledge that I'm on the land that is of America and probably and most likely stolen land. But I just don't feel like standing up for the fucking pledge. Like, are you gonna, like, what is that gonna do for me in the long run? Nothing. Like, it's, and I remember when I first went to kindergarten or like preschool or whatever, we have to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and everybody and their mama stood fucking up, and I was just looking around like, is this normal? Is this normal? Because I don't know what it is. And so I just stood up as well, and I just looked around and just copied what they did, and then they started fucking chanting, and I was like, and I just mouthed along. I was like, I think I remember it. I think I pledge allegiance to the flag of America and I pledge allegiance to the flag of America and to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there anything after that? I don't remember, but that's basically what I remember of it. And I just remember being so flabbergasted when I saw white people do it for the first time. Or like not white people, like American people do it for the first time, because it freaked me the fuck out. I was like, was there a book for this? Like, was there like a provided like pamphlet that I was too poor to afford? Or like, did they send home material that my parents never taught me? Like, what is going on here? Like, why do people know this? Like, are they born knowing this? Like, did they come with a fucking coochie knowing, like, having to recite it before they get their umbilical cord cut off? Like, I don't know how they were able to learn this. Maybe they, like I still don't know where people learn this, okay? Because I learned it in a classroom setting. But, like, before the classroom setting, where the fuck did they learn that? Where the fuck did these kids learn this shit? Okay, like, imagine you're in a preschool fucking room, right? You're in preschool, you're a preschooler, and you come in, and suddenly the motherfuckers, the little munchkins around you, start fucking chanting something, and you don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, they're probably chanting, like, let me just suck your toes, and then you're just like, because everybody else is doing it, right? So you're doing it too. You're like, let me suck your toes. And then it's like, but where did they learn this before? Because it's preschool. They didn't have to be in an academic elsewhere, you know? I don't know. Ever since then, I just got spooked, and I just have not done it since. And sue me, whatever the fuck. If it makes me a fucking Nazi, I don't give a fuck. If it makes me a Nazi for not standing for the pledge, call me a fucking Nazi. Because, okay, don't call me a fucking Nazi, but like, if it's unpatriotic for me not to stand for the fucking flag, then god damn it, then fuck. You know? Okay, whatever. I think I'm gonna piss people off about that. But like, I don't think it's that serious to stand up for a flag. Like, when it comes to Olympics, I'll vote for not vote, but I'll like root for the US, because you know what, USA. But like any other circumstance, it's not that serious to me. Honest to God, it's not that serious. Like, I'm grateful I'm in America. I'm grateful I'm on American soil. I'm grateful I get all the rights I get, which are dwindling by day. But hey, you know what? I can't complain. And so I'm grateful to be here, but like, I just don't understand the point of the fucking flag. Okay, I just don't understand the point of like standing up for the flag. I care about like the design of the flag. If you want to ask me what I think about the American flag, I don't care for the design. I think it's kind of lame. I think that we could upgrade it. I think that there's a lot of changes that could be made to it. But other than that, I mean, I feel no other emotions towards it other than, oh wow, that is an American flag. Cool, whatever the fuck. 4th of July. How about that? All right, and so that's my little piece on the Pledge of Allegiance. If you guys feel a different way, cry about it. No, I'm kidding. You guys can leave your comments. I don't give a fuck. Like, if you like tear up at the thought of the Pledge of Allegiance, good for you. Like, if you truly find meaning and you find some type of, you know, what's the word other than meaning, like some type of like significance to it, I don't give a fuck. Like, it's all you, bro. All right. And this goes into the same thing as like, okay, my next topic is I just don't understand how football works. And I don't know if that, like, American football, not like soccer football, because I think I understand like football, like in that sense, like football, like where you're running and kicking the ball. But when it comes to like American football, where you're fucking manhandling a fucking pork skin, I don't understand that. I honestly don't understand it, and I don't think I ever will. I've gotten to a few like football games in my high school past, but even then, I was just cocking and dicking around. I was walking around and I was just, fucking tomfoolering and taking selfies and just being an overall goof. But I wasn't paying attention to the score. Like, I mean, I cared if we won or not. Like, I'd be like, oh, wow, we got our ass beat? Okay. But, like, sometimes we'll win. And I'll be like, okay, good for us, I guess. Like, yippee. Yeah. So I don't understand how football works. I know it's a really big thing, like fantasy football and stuff like that. But I just never really got into it because it's just not for me. I don't think it's just not for me. I think I like basketball more because it's like I like them running around the little field and looking. I like that. It makes a lot of sense to me. Like, you run around, you throw a fucking ball, and then that's it, And that is like the only sport that I know of or like know about other than volleyball, because Haikyuu taught us a lot about volleyball. And what else do I know? Soccer. I know soccer. And that's it. But yeah, I don't understand how football works. I should probably learn because I think that's probably something important since I go to the U and like we have a pretty big football culture. Like the Gophers is like a pretty big thing, but like I just don't give a rat's ass. I'll be honest with you, I don't care about school spirit. I sound like such a Grinch right now, but I just don't care about it. I don't care about wear like Minnesota merch. Like, you guys knew that I had that like Minnesota shirt or whatever, but it was primarily because it was the only fucking shirt that I wanted to wear, Like, I didn't want to wear it because I like to, like, if it was a fucking Michigan shirt, I would have worn it. If it was a Texas shirt, I would have worn it. Like, if it was a shirt, I would have worn it. So I think that for me, I don't really care about school spirit, but like, I do kind of get excited whenever I see like Gopher news outside of like whatever the fuck I'm consuming. Like, if I'm watching something and someone mentions like the Gophers or like mentions the U of M or mentions something like that, I'm like, oh wait, I go there. And then it's a point of like pride, and then that's it. That's all I get. And so yes. All right, next one. Oh, this kind of goes into the Spirit Week. I think I'm just being a Grinch about this, but like there was this thing back in like high school, right? And I think a lot of people fantasize about this if they live outside the US. And for me, I just found it weird. Honestly, I just found it annoying because then I had to dress up, I had to go out of my way to do it. And I know that makes me sound like a fucking Grinch, and I was a fucking Grinch, but like yeah. So anyways, in high school or like middle school, junior high, whatever the fuck, we had these things called like Spirit Weeks, and you would dress up. I don't remember what it was for. I think it was for like spirit. It was just to create spirits. I don't know what it was for. I think it was for like football or something. I don't know. But anyway, so there was like different themes for each day. So one day is like crazy hair day. Another day is like a grout outfit or whatever the fuck it's called. And then another day is like pajama day or whatever the fuck. And like, I only got into it at the tail end of my high school experience because I was like, you know what? Like, I am free, I am living, and I'll do it. And then I did it, but then I realized that by the time I was into it, nobody else was fucking doing it. So I pulled up to school in my fucking pajamas, and I was the only motherfucker that was in my pajamas, and I'm just kind of like, am I being duped? Am I being duped? No, I was not being duped. I was just trying to have fun, and no one wanted to have fun. I think I came in too late because when I was in elementary school, I was too like poor to afford like clothing that was specific for the certain event. I don't remember what the specific event could have been, but I was just too poor to afford it, so I never did it. And the craziest thing I did with my hair, let me just tell you, I put my hair down because back then I would just have my hair up in a ponytail, but then I would put it down one day, and I'm like, that's my crazy hair day. Oh my gosh, you guys, and that was it. But then I got into it, but then it just got stupid to me. Honest to God, it got stupid to me again. And I'll do it now. Like, if they're like, okay, dress up as like, I dressed up on Halloween this year as Jesse Pinkerton, and I'm probably gonna do it again because I get one more semester at the design school, and so I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. I don't know what I'm gonna dress up as. Maybe like berries and cream while I have the bob, but I don't know. We'll think about it. I haven't thought about my next outfit yet. Anyways, but yeah, and then I don't remember if this is what it's called. I just wrote it down because I just remember it being called it, but it's called like Grout Day. And for the longest fucking time, I did not understand what the fuck that was. And I was just like, why is everyone wearing gray? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, why don't they call it like Gray Day? Or like, doesn't that sound good? Like Gray Day? That sounds so good. But no, they called it like Grout Day or like a grout outfit. And I had to literally go to the main source, which is a white person, and ask them what the fuck a grout day thing was, and they were like, it's just when you wear all gray. And I'm just like, But why is it called grout? And they're just like, because it looks like grout. And I'm like, what the fuck is grout? And then grout is like gray concrete. It's like concrete, I think, right? It's like concrete or like something that goes in like tiles to like put them together, but like it's just concrete. And so I was like, but why? Like, what is the point of dressing in all gray? Like, I don't understand why I asked all these questions, but I'm just curious. I'm like, why do we wear all gray? Like, what is the point of that? And why do we have a name for it? Like, just wear an all gray outfit. Or like back when I was in what would you call it? Like high school. On Spirit Day, I think at the end or the beginning, a specific grades had to wear specific colors. So like seniors wore red or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? And so but like they didn't call it like period day. They didn't call it like, oh, make sure to wear your period colors or wear your fucking crimson colors. They just called it wear red. They didn't call it like fucking wear your fucking Neor what's that word? How do you say that? Nior? I can't say it. Whatever. But like wear your fucking, I don't know, like Squid Ink outfit. No, they didn't call it that. They just said wear your black shirt, wear your white shirt, wear your gray shirt. They didn't fucking call it that. So I don't know why there's a specific name for fucking grout. Like I don't understand. Maybe I'm even saying, I don't even know if it's called grout. Let me search that up really quick because I feel like I'm spreading information right now and the last thing I want to do is be a misinformationer. Grout. Yeah, it's literally called a grout fit. It's where you wear like all gray, and it is crazy to me. Yeah, look it up right now. It's called a grout fit. I don't know why it's called that. Like I don't wear like a monochromatic black fit and then call it like I don't know, like fucking tar. My tar fit. You know, like well, tar is black, and I'm wearing an all black fit, and it. Or like I don't wear like an all white fit and like, oh I was gonna say. Girl, I was gonna say the KKK, but that's not funny. That's not funny. Okay, I'm already teetering on lines right now. But like, okay, like you get what I mean. Like I'm not wearing like a fucking all white fit and calling it like an angel fit. I just call it like a fucking monochromatic white fit. Or like if I'm wearing like a green fit, right, an all monochromatic green fit, I'm not walking out like saying it's a Kush fit. Like it's not like it's a marijuana fit. Like it's just an all green fit. Like what the fuck? I don't understand that. It pissed me off. Okay, whatever. I'm going on like tangents right now, and I don't think I don't think I need to do all of that in this very moment. Okay. Okay, this is kind of specific, but I used to work at Dairy Queen, and when I worked at Dairy Queen, I knew fuck all about Dairy Queen. They did not give me any training. Like they did give me training, but they didn't give me training that was like useful. They're like, okay, so for the large, you put this and that, and then I'm like, okay, whatever, girl. I heard you the first time. Okay, let me just fucking spin my blizzards, and I remember like my first 2 days working, there was like this like influx of people that were asking for a Crunch Blizzard. And never in my years, my 17 years of living, I did not know what a fucking crunch was. I was like, I know one word out of those two words. I know what a blizzard is, and that's it. And so I was like, I like asked my coworker, I'm like, you know what a fucking Crunch Blizzard is? She's like, yeah, it's like the crunch shit that you put on the fucking cones. And I'm like, okay, so we just put it in the Blizzard? Is that like something that we can do? Is there something that we can modify to do that? And she's like, I don't know, just say we don't have it. And I'm like, okay, we don't have it. And then he fucking argued with me. He was like, whoa, you guys need to make it. I was like, sorry, sir, I just can't bring it up. It's my first day here. Like, I don't know what the fuck that is. And he cussed me out. And then apparently he went to go bitch at my fucking manager. And my manager was like, Quinn, come here. I'm like, oh my God. Because I already knew what it was all about. He pulled me over and was like, Quinn, why don't you tell one of our customers we don't have a Crunch Blizzard? I'm like, because I don't know what the fuck that is. Y'all didn't train me on a fucking Crunch Blizzard. And he was like, we can make a Crunch Blizzard. You just ring it up as like, I don't know what to ring it up as, but like you can ring it up as this. And I was like, I wasn't taught that. Like, girl, you taught me how to make a fucking hot fudge. You taught me how to make a fucking strawberry cheesecake. But nowhere in the instructions did you teach me how to make a Crunch fucking Blizzard. And now you're pulling me over to the side being like, we can actually make that. I felt like a Starbucks worker, bro, because I was like, what is a secret menu, whatever the fuck. But nowadays, whenever anyone pulls up, they're like, you got a Crunch Blizzard? Yeah, pull up. Yes, I do, okay? So whatever, it pissed me off so bad. Like a Crunch Blizzard. Oh my gosh, and he had the audacity to go fucking bitch my fucking, oh my God, how furious can you be? Never in my days have I called the fucking manager from anywhere, because it's never that serious. Unless they're scamming me out of like $100,000, I do not care. You can literally like piss in my fucking food and I would not even call. I would just not go. I would just not go there if they pissed my fucking food. I'll be honest with you, but whatever. That's just me being a loser. Okay, this is kind of a Minnesotan thing. Next topic. This is kind of a Minnesotan thing, but I don't know if it's like I think it's a Minnesotan thing. I don't know if it's regional, but like in Minnesota, a lot of people kind of talk about like going up to their cabin or having like a lake house that they're able to go to. And for me, I just never really understood the idea of someone being able to afford more than one house. Because coming from someone who lived in a house with 4 other people, it's kind of like, well, why are my family, why is my entire fucking family, well, not my entire fucking family, 4 fucking families living in one house while this one family has 2 houses? Like something, the math is not correlating. It's not functioning. It's not equating. Like something about that is not correct. And I don't know what it is, but because if 2 plus 2 equals 4, right? We're in the house with a 4. And then 1 plus 1 equals 2. Then what the fuck does the 4 and the 2 have to go, you know? And so I never understood that, but like as I got older, and I told you guys this before, I had a friend that like took me to their to like a cabin that they rented. It was a rental cabin, but it was a fun experience. I had a lot of fun. I went like swimming. I did like paddle boarding. I don't remember what that was, but I think I did that. And I just hung out on the fucking like lake all the fucking day. I think it was like Lake Erie or some shit like that. I don't know what the fucking lake it was, but it was a cool ass fucking rental, bro. Like the only downside to it was that we had no signal. So every time I would want to do something, I'm like, oh wait, I don't have any signal. And so I would just be like, twiddling my thumbs. But like we watched a lot of old movies. Like we watched what's that one movie where he pretends to be dead and his friends like carry him around? And then there was another, I watched like the 40-year-old or 30-year-old, I don't know what it was, like 40 or 30-year-old virgin. I watched that. And there was something else. Maybe like Bert and Ernie. No, that's not Bert and Ernie. I can't remember what the names are. But yeah, I had a lot of fun at the cabin. And sorry, there's like something in my mouth. But I like, if you can afford a cabin, great. If you can't, great. But if you, I don't know, just the thought of like going, like having like another space to go up and have fun, I just think that's like not crazy, but just kind of interesting. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But I don't know if it's like a thing about it, because like I remember in classes, my classmates would be like, oh yeah, I'm going up to my cabin this winter, or like I'm going up to my cabin this summer. And I'm like your cabin, like family owned cabin, like did you build that cabin? Where did it come from? And usually generational, like their grandpa probably made it, or they just rented it, or they like whatever, right? So but or they have like or they like rent it, or like timeshare it, so like one family be there and then the other family, you know. So I don't know how that shit works. I don't have a cabin. I don't plan on having a cabin. If I did have a cabin, you wouldn't know about it because it's my cabin, right? You wouldn't, like, why would I tell people about a place that's empty majority of the time, right? Because that's just asking for trouble, business, whatever. All right, next one. Oh, this is another really kind of fun, actually no, it's not, wrong one. But this one kind of relates to like that kind of lake aspect. I don't know if I'm like, I didn't look this up. I wrote down water sledding and toboggan, but I don't know if that's the same shit. Let me search that up. Toboggan? The fuck did I spell that as? How did I spell that but not be able to spell it on here? Toboggan. Oh, I spelled it wrong too. Oh my gosh. No, okay, toboggan is where you go like on the snow, apparently. It's a snow thing. My bad, it's a snow thing. It's like when you use this fucking sled and you fucking slide down and shit like that. Okay, what is water sliding? Where did I write that down? I don't think this is what I'm talking about. But basically, what I'm talking about is like you have like a little small, you have like a fucking those like little circle lifesaver looking thingamabobbers, and they're big as fuck, and they have like air in them, and then you have like a boat and it fucking drags you along, so you're attached to like the little lifesaver thing is attached to the boat, and then you're just riding along but the boat fucking drags you along. I don't remember what that shit is called, but I saw that a lot, and my cousins offered to do it with me, but I was like, fuck no. I don't know if that's like a Minnesotan thing, because maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I don't know, but I see that a lot. So this entire like little kind of point right here is moot, because they're not even the same shit. But I don't even know toboggan is a thing. Like I know sledding is a thing, but I don't know if toboggan is the same thing as sledding, and so I don't want to look too much into that. But anyways, into the snow. So Minnesota is a very snowy place, and we have a lot of snow. We have a lot of cultural history regarding traversing through the snow and dealing with snow as not like prehistoric, but dealing with them as like more kind of older people. And so I remember in elementary school we used to go on these field trips, and it's a weird fucking thing. They used to throw us out in nature. I don't know what it is about white people and putting their kids in fucking nature by themselves for no fucking reason. But I guess that's fun. I guess it's fun for them. I don't know what it is, but they love putting kids in woods. They love putting kids in the forest. They love just putting kids where they probably shouldn't be, in the wilderness for no fucking reason. But maybe they're just inspired by Hansel and Gretel. I don't fucking know. But when I was younger, we used to go on the field trip. They're called like wildlife retreat field trips, and we would go to like this like wildlife sanctuary or like resort, or not resort, like reservoir. I don't know what it was, but it was like basically like a wildlife, like, is it actually called wildlife retreat? I don't know what it is, but it's like a Minnesota state thing. And we would go there, and they would teach us how to identify poop, that's all I remember actually, like poop. Like we would go out, and they would like, okay, make sure to identify this and this and this, and they would like give us this whole rundown. It was actually really fun. I had a lot of fun there. But there was this one activity that I remember like specifically. It was called snowshoeing, and I don't know if this is something that is also common elsewhere, like in Colorado where it probably snows a lot. I don't know. But snowshoeing is basically you have like this, like, it's like a paddle. It's like a paddle almost at the bottom of your feet, and you like attach your shoes onto the paddle, and you just kind of walk around in like the paddle. I don't remember what, like, it's called a snowshoe. And then so the snowshoe, it has like a lot of surface area, and so it allows you to kind of traverse easier in the snow. And I just remember it being so inconvenient. Like I hated that shit. But that's because I don't like working out, and it was a lot of effort just walking in snow as is. But then you have like fucking paddles on your fucking feet. Like you literally have like, I remember them almost looking like tennis rackets. Like tennis. Let me look it up for you on my phone so I can show it, because I don't think I'm gonna do a photo and picture. Snowshoe. But yeah, I don't know if it's like a Minnesota thing though. I'll be honest with you. But oh wait, they look a lot different from what I remember. Okay, so this is what I remember like us pulling up with these bad boys back in the day. Back when I was a wee little tot. And then I guess things have gotten a lot more advanced, because I mean this is what they're looking like nowadays. Pretty sleek, pretty cool. And I just remember them being just a fucking hindrance to walk around in. I just fucking hated like walking in them, because I'm just like, I'd rather just walk in my boots, but maybe it's like one of those things that it's like skiing, where like you just traverse the snow in a different way, but like at the end of the day you're in snow, so it don't matter. But yeah, I remember doing that. And then more about the wildlife retreat, I don't remember what we actually did other than like analyze poop, but I remember distinctly that every time we went back to the whatchamacallit, to the building, that whatever the fuck, we would have to be searched for ticks. And for the longest time I was terrified of ticks, because they would always tell you like, oh, you don't want a tick on you or else you'll fucking die. And I don't know if that was a rumor that was spread by stupid fucking children, or something I heard along the lines of like Minnesota, but like I was just like, oh my gosh, I've always had this like big fear of ticks, because like they're hidden, they're so small that you just don't see where they're coming from. And so I don't know, just like the tick checks was always like so fucking weird, because your teacher would be like I'm like, okay girl, okay, that's enough. But yeah, really fun, I like it. Yeah. Snowshoeing is kind of fun. And then these are all like kind of weird, but tailgating, I don't know if I'm pretty sure it's like an American thing, like tailgating. I think it's tailgating culture is a really big thing, like where you like, I think it's where, okay, let me try to describe it from my memory. I think it's when you pull up to like a football game, and then instead of going to the football game, or maybe before the football game or after the football, I don't know what the order is. I think it's either before, after, or like somewhere in betwixt. You like have a barbecue or something next to your car in the parking lot. I think that's what it's called. Or you get drunk, or you have snacks or something like that. I like when I lived in my dorm, I would always walk by and there would be like this parking lot next to the stadium. And sometimes when the game was going on, like there were just like, you know, tents set up by the trucks and stuff like that. And so I assume that's what tailgating is. I actually don't know what it is. If you guys would like to inform me, then okay, do it. But it's not like I would care. Because I'm not going to do it ever. Like if I'm invited to a tailgate, I'll be like, okay, I'll go. You know what? I'm always down to try something once. But if I don't like it, then I'm not going back, obviously. So yeah, tailgating, interesting. I didn't know what it was until I was probably in like college, actually college, because even in high school I didn't talk to people that did tailgating, and so I didn't care. Yeah. Sloppy Joes, if you guys know what sloppy joes are, yeah, I think that's like a distinctly American thing, because I remember being in elementary school and I was like served a sloppy joe, and I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to eat this? Because it's so fucking messy. And they're just like, oh, just pick it up with your hands. You're telling me you want me to pick up this beef patty, a bun, top bun, bottom bun, and with fucking ground meat that's like slopping red? You want me to pick that up with my bare fucking hands and eat that shit? Like you're not gonna provide me like utensils? Wow. Baffled me as a kid, but you know what? Nowadays, I love me a sloppy joe. I haven't had one in a while. Like probably the last time I had one was when I was in a cafeteria in school. But let me just say, I was tearing them shits up. No shame, no nothing. Them shits were good, okay? Because all it was at the end of the day was like ground beef with like tomato sauce and like sugar or something like that. Or like, I don't know. I remember it being like kind of sweet. So maybe it had like barbecue sauce or something like that. But I was like, I had no qualms about a sloppy joe, but then I went vegetarian, and so I didn't have any more sloppy joes, unfortunately. But then I haven't had a sloppy joe since I reverted back from vegetarianism. So I don't know if I'm missing out. Maybe I am. I don't know. Maybe I'll make some. I don't know. I don't have ground beef in the fucking house for some reason, so I'll have to ground my own meat. No, I'm not doing that. Okay. This one is kind of strange. Sweet Home Alabama. But I think I'm referring to the song. But basically, I remember in high school, everybody would always reference the song, and I just didn't know if it was like a quote from like a celebrity, or if it was a quote from a president, or if it was just like, you know, like one of those things like, what is it saying? Like, what's an American saying? Like, oh, you can't make a horse drink water or some shit. I don't know what the fucking, I don't know what American sayings are, but basically I thought it was one of those things. And so I would always just laugh at it because I'm like, oh, that's funny. Because I don't know, like you're quoting a quote right now, and I think that's funny. But then I came to realize, like maybe in like junior high or like middle school, not even middle school, probably high school, that it was like a song that was a really popular country song, and a lot of people know about it, but I didn't, apparently, because I was listening to Vocaloid. I was listening to Vocaloid and listening to Hatalia soundtracks, and so obviously I was out of the loop. But once I got into the loop, I didn't want to be in the loop. I don't think I've ever listened to the song like full through, by my own. I think I probably listened to it full through like once at like a event of some sort, but like that was not by my own volition. But it's not a bad song. It's just I don't know why it's such a cultural thing about it. Maybe I have to look into why it's so popular, or maybe why it's so like memorable or like quoted by a lot of Americans. Maybe there's something to it that I'm not sure of. Because for me, I would rather them quote like Nicki Minaj or something. I'll be honest with you, like Nicki, maybe like Abraham Lincoln. I don't know, like someone of significance, I think. But for me, Sweet Home Alabama just doesn't hit. I would like maybe Before He Cheats. I think that's like a good equivalent. Because if people were like quoting Before He Cheats and stuff like that, or like this is one like Rascal Flatts song, like Hurts the Most. That's pretty good. I like that song. It's a good song. Hurts the Most and like Before He Cheats. It's like, oh, and what's that? And Cruise. It's how does it go? Oh, when I turned down and she chose me, I looked at her and she looked at me and saw those KC lights and it felt so right. Her and I, park and put her in her. Turn my guitar and sing from my heart. Girl, you sure got the best of my heart. Can't get this. Girl, you may. Oh, how does it go? How does it go? The chorus is slipping me. Show got the thing in my chest. I can't get you out of my head. Baby, you a song that make me want to roll my windows down and cruise. That's a good song. That's a good song. You know, I like that song because I had to like, yeah. And cruise with you. That's a good song. I quite like that song. It's very nice. So if it was that song, I would understand the hype. But like, when, like I feel like Sweet Home Alabama just doesn't do it for me. I don't know. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. There's other bangers out there, but anyways. Oh, this one is probably going to be a bit of a long one because it's, yeah. So basically, I never understood references to like popular American TV shows or like celebrities. Like they'll be like, oh, they'll reference something, oh, like Princess Diana, or like they'll talk about like, oh, what's his name? I don't know. I don't know a lot of American celebrities. I'll be honest with you. They'll be like, oh, I remember seeing like James Bond. I don't. Like I don't, for me personally, I just can't distinct between like characters and like actors. So it's like, oh, James Bond, I'm like, is that a real person? Like, do you want me to care about that person? Like Princess Diana, I always thought that she was a fictional character that was in a South Park episode, and I always thought that like she was a bad person because they obviously said it's obviously a satirical show, but I was watching it when I was like 11 and 12, and I was watching it at a really like fundamentally, developmentally, whatever stage, and so I was watching and I'm like, oh wow, is she a bad person? Like she's in hell with like Hitler and like what's his name? The guy that like Hassan, what's his name? Sudan. Oh my god, what is his name? Oh my gosh, Hassan. No, it's not Hassan. It's Hussein. Oh, how do you say his name? Hussein. Oh, why is it slipping me? What? Like I know it has some vowels in there. I know it has to do. So there were like other celebrities down there, and not celebrities, but like horrible people down there. And so I think I like mixed the two. I was like, oh, like if everyone down here is bad, then like she must be bad too. And so for the longest time, I thought Princess Diana was like a murderer or something, or like a fictional character that like was in hell. And so, and when I learned that she was an actual person, was like a genuinely really cool person, a really nice person, and didn't deserve what happened to her. I was like, oh wow, I was hoodwinked. I was duped. And so that's my thing about, yeah. And then I feel like South Park really kind of ruined the way that I see celebrities nowadays, because every celebrity I ever encounter, I'm just kind of what I'm like, aren't they from South Park? I thought they were fake. Because I remember not knowing, because I remember watching like the Jennifer Lopez episode, and I knew who Jennifer Lopez was, because like what gay Asian kid does not know who fucking Jennifer Lopez is? Like all you can say so much about her as a person, but I feel like who doesn't fucking know J-Lo if they're gay and Asian? Like, I don't know. And so anyways, I remember her being a real person because her song On the Floor kind of raised me as a kid, even though I think she probably didn't sing it. I don't know. Don't sue me, J-Lo, but I don't know. But so I watched that episode and I was like, okay, I know she's a real person, and I know Cartman's playing a person with her fucking hand, but like who the fuck is that? Like who is Ben Affleck? I think that's what his name is. If it's not Ben Affleck, then sue me, because I don't know who the fuck it was. Okay, but I was like, is that a real person or is that a made up person? It turns out it's a real person. It's Ben Affleck. And then I remember watching Family Guy, and I thought James Woods was just a character in Family Guy. Like obviously he was drawn different and looked a lot more realistic, but in my head I was like, I just imagine James Wood being like this like fucking cynical, like not cynical, like villainous dude. And then when I like read about him more online, like he was actually like the voice actor for Hades, and he's a pretty well known actor and pretty well liked too. Apparently he's a pretty chill dude. I don't know him, but allegedly he's a pretty chill dude. And so the entire time I was watching Family Guy as a kid, I was like, wow, James Woods, what a zany character. Turns out this real fucking man. It's a real man with cock and balls. Like I was like, oh wow, this is a lot. And you know, and then a lot of people will like reference like old films or like reference old celebrities that they grew up with and stuff like that, and I'll just be like, oh yeah, my mom grew up with George Michael, or though my mom grew up with the Beatles, and what can I say about my parents? I don't know what fucking shit they grew up with. They grew up with like, I don't know, bongos, a lute, flute. I don't know what they grew up with, okay? Like I can name songs. No, I can't name songs. I can recognize songs, but I can't recognize like their names or whatever the fuck. So I don't know what my parents grew up with. But nowadays my dad's growing up with a fucking Ozzy Osbourne, okay? He's in his fucking like what, almost 50s, and he's listening to fucking Ozzy Osbourne outside my fucking door at 11 p.m. when I'm trying to get my fucking beauty sleep in, but his ass is like, I'm feeling quite crazy right now. perhaps there's a train for that. And so yeah, I don't know what's going on with my dad, but whatever the fuck, man. He's going through his teenager phase, and I'm okay with that because he didn't get to experience that when he was in Vietnam. Because the first thing he did, he was in a truck and he was just driving. That's funny to me. That's not funny, but it's funny. It's like funny that he was just out of high school and was like, I want to drive a truck, and that's what he did. That's funny to me because I think it's just funny. I don't know. It's not like me downgrading him or like saying that he's weird for doing it. I just think it's funny that, like, you know, yeah, funny. And I think that's about it. And then people talk about like Friends and Buffy and like Grey's Anatomy and stuff like that, and I was just like, I don't know what the fuck that is. I still don't know what most of those are. Like, I know what Buffy is, I think, because I just saw an edit of like this really cute guy. I wonder if I still have the video of it, but maybe I passed through. Let me see.
Why is it?
Oh, this one. His name is Spike. I think he's fairly cute. I mean, he kind of looks like me. But I noticed something like within me, okay? This is gonna be kind of like a dig. I noticed that like a lot of my favorite characters are blonde or very feminine, but like not feminine, but like dudes. Dudes are very feminine, okay? So they're either blonde or dudes are feminine or both. You know, because like Ryo Asuka is like one of my favorite characters of all time, even though he's probably not someone that I should like because he's Satan. The liberal media will want you to believe that that is Satan, but in fact, that is just a man. What do you know about that? Okay, but anyways, yeah, Ryo Asuka, I can't really think of like names off the top of my head because what the fuck? Dude, I just put this fucking hook out of my cooter. Where the you want to see what's over here? There's like nothing over here, and I just pulled it out of my fucking cooter. Oh my days. Okay. You're gone. But anyways, what the fuck is I saying? Yeah, this is a side tangent, but I was like, fine, like, you know, them little blonde freaks, so adorbs. I don't know what that's all about, but if that says something about me, then it says something about me. Maybe one day I'll do like a character thing where I'm like, I rank all my favorite characters. You guys, I probably will. I'll probably do that tomorrow. That sounds fun, but not right now because I got other fucking shrimp to fry. I'm trying to think of other like references that I like have not known of. I knew about like Limp Bizkit as a kid, but I didn't know about it. Obviously, I knew about Korn. Because I knew about Korn from South Park, but I didn't know that Korn was a real band until like 3 years ago. And so I don't know what that says about me, but then I remember listening to Freak on a Leash because they played that song in like what episode? 3? No, I don't know. Whatever. It's like it's like a groovy pirate mystery or something like that from South Park season 1. And I remember them playing I think it's Freak on a Leash. Maybe I'm not. Don't quote me on that. But they'd be like, bro. And I remember as a kid just like blasting through that like turning it off because it was too loud for me. But then one day I was rewatching the show for like the 700th time, and like it just. I was like, I like this. Something about this is very nice. And so I went and then next thing you know, I'm a Korn fan. What about I'm a little corny. What can you say about that? And so I don't know what that's all about, but yeah, I just knew of a lot of things, but I guess I just never really cared enough to care, you know. But now I got like, you know, American people all over my walls. I have like Juno. I have this stuff. Like I have a lot of really like American stuff on my walls. The only thing that isn't is Miss Girl, but everyone else is pretty much American. So yeah, but let me try to see if I can think of anything else. I don't think I can. I think that's about it. Like I just didn't watch a lot of the like. I hate it when people are like, you haven't seen The Godfather, you haven't seen Pulp Fiction, I've seen Pulp Fiction now, but like you haven't seen Narnia, you haven't seen Star Wars. I'm like, no. Like, no, girl, I have not. Like, what is that gotta do about me? Like, the fuck? They'd be like, you haven't seen the first, like, George Lucas Star Wars? Like, that's the... Speaking of Star Wars. Him. Kylo Ren. Is that his name? Kylo Ren. He's cute. But I haven't watched the movies. I don't know what he's about. I think he's like a bad guy or something because he has like a red laser, whatever the fuck. But yeah, I don't know. I just like I'll get to it when I get to it. Like I'm not in a rush to like consume everything that's American. I'm not watching like country westerns. I'm not watching like Bruce Willis. I don't know if Bruce Willis is a real guy. I don't even know if Chuck Norris is a real guy. I don't know if Bruce Lee. I know Bruce Lee. Of course you know Bruce Lee. Fucking. If I don't know about Bruce Lee, then fucking crucify me. What else? Yeah, I'm just like, I don't understand that like thing of like, you've never watched this and that. It's like, why do you assume that everybody around you has the same experiences? Like, why do you assume that I grew up in the same fucking neighborhood as you, grew up with, you know, white parents, grew up with cable? Like, why do you assume that I had access to all this resources? Like, I have access to it now, but like, I'm busy watching American Dad. Okay, I'm busy watching American Dad. Okay, so whatever the fuck. Okay, moving on. I think this is getting too. Okay, I'll keep it yapping for now. Okay, s'mores. I did not know about s'mores until like my camping story that I told you guys about, and I didn't understand it, and I don't like s'mores up to this very day. I think it's a very messy endeavor. I don't really like chocolate. I like marshmallows. I like graham crackers, but I don't like chocolate. So if they did like a white chocolate version, I'd be like, but like, if it's like normal Hershey's, I'm like, pass. Just give me a marshmallow, thank you, and that's it. Okay, yeah, so s'mores, it's a typical American thing. I don't think you see it outside of like, you don't see like s'mores flavored, I don't know, fucking coochie in Japan. You don't see s'mores flavored coochie in Australia. And so I feel like it's a very American thing. I don't know. But yeah, American Girl dolls. This is another topic that I might get on a tangent about. But I remember as a kid, I told you guys I was a poor motherfucker. I was playing with, you know, off-brand Barbie dolls. I was playing with my cousin's little toy trucks. I was playing with my friend Zuzu pet. What is it called? Like the little fucking like hamster shits. But I wanted an American Girl doll so badly. So freaking badly. Okay, you guys don't understand the craving, the desire, like the female desire of wanting a fucking American Girl doll. Because every time I would go to the Mall of America, the American Girl doll was right in the fucking, like, what was it, second floor, and it was right by the elevators. And every time we would go down, I remember as a kid be like, just turning around and looking at it, looking at a future, a destiny that would never belong to me. Because I have never owned an American Girl doll in my 21 years of living. And I think that maybe I might invest because there's some dolls out there that I'm kind of like, but no, I think I would get too scared if I had a doll in my room, because I think that I get scared when things have like eyes, like human eyes, not like these motherfuckers, but like human eyes that can like move and stuff. I think that would freak me out. I remember I was like, I used to have this cousin that moved to Florida a long time ago, but I used to have this cousin. I think they're a cousin. Well, they're technically like a second. Wait. So if my cousin has a kid, then what is that? Hold on. What is my cousin's kid called? So it's my cousin twice removed, okay, or whatever the fuck. So I'm just gonna call them. I'm just gonna call her like my niece, because that's how I like was raised to kind of like see her as, but not my niece, but like someone who's like younger than me and like related to me. Okay, so basically they're younger related to me. So I don't know what that constitutes her as, but they were fucking loaded, bro. They were fucking loaded. They had a big ass fucking house. They had like all the shebang. I remember going over sleepovers, and their fucking house was fucking humongous, because the dad was an architect and the mom was a fucking nurse. So obviously they were making fucking shmoney. And so I would go over to sleepovers like occasionally, because like she was my best friend at the time. And so she would have these American Girl dolls, and she was gifted one during Christmas, and I literally had like a nuclear meltdown, because I'm like, why the fuck am I getting socks when this bitch over here is younger than me, getting a fucking American Girl doll? But you know what? It is whatever the fuck. I don't know how she's doing nowadays. I think she went the TikTok route. She got a wolf cut from what I remember. So, you know, good for her. Good for her. Everybody has to experience a wolf cut once in a lifetime. Otherwise, they're lame. And so good for her. Or them, maybe. I don't know what pronouns she goes by nowadays. But you know what? I respect it. Whatever. But yeah, American Girl dolls, I always wanted one. I wanted the little Asian one. But nowadays, I think I would go for like, I don't know, whatever looks cutest. I'll walk in the store and I'm like, I like you. Maybe one day maybe we can like online shop for like American Girl dolls one day. This is giving me ideas. Hold on. Do video about American Girl doll. Okay, whatever. Okay. These two kind of go together. The next topic, lacrosse and softball. They're not the same thing, but they're kind of the same thing to me, because they're sports that I don't really consider sports. because they don't make sense to me. I don't know what goes on in them. I don't. I know softball is notorious for breeding lesbians, but that's all I know. I know that softball equals lesbian or lesbian equals softball. I don't know which comes first. I don't know which comes last. But essentially, a lot of the people who used to play softball are now outed as lesbians or really homophobic. I don't know what it is about softball that creates this dichotomy, but it's amazing. I think it's pretty amazing. Like, you have these homophobes working together with these gay ass motherfuckers. Like, you know what? If that's not what we call a melting pot, I don't know what it is. They're working it out on the remix, which is a softball playfield. And so I can respect that. I can respect that. And a lot of the softball girls I knew were like buff. They were buff as fuck, or like they were just bigger. And so I feel like I was a lot more comfortable with softball girls. But oh my god, I had this one softball player friend, and her hits, like every time she laughed, she would, and I would fly. Like I wasn't small by any means, but I'm like 5'1", you know. But like I was pretty heavy. But like every time she smacked my, dude, I flew across the fucking room like a fucking penny. It was wicked. It was wicked. Every time she's like she slapped the shit on me. I was like, okay, girl, you need to cease that behavior because I have fragile Asian skin. I am not built like you softball motherfuckers, okay? But you know what? If you're a gay softball player, good for you. Good for you, because I like that. I like that. But if you're homophobic and play softball, I don't know what that's all about, because you are in the wrong sport, babe. Maybe you should hop over to like wrestling. Do some wrestling. I hear that's like a really straight sport. But yes, so anyways, I don't understand softball, but you know what? I respect the people who do it, and if the people in it are not good, then okay. But like if the people that are coming out of it, it's like, I like women, then let them do what they gotta do. You know, I like softball in principle. I just don't know what it's about. You know, I'm not dissing on it like football. Football can go eat nuts, but softball, I'm like, I like that. I like that. It's a very woman friendly sport because it's played by women. It's like a women's version of baseball, I think, but they get like a yellow ball instead of a white ball. I think. Don't quote me on that. I haven't played. I don't remember playing softball. Let me search up what softball is real quick. Softball. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if there's any men team, but if there's a men's softball team, I imagine it probably is filled with people that look like me. That's not funny. That's not. Oh my gosh. Okay, moving on. Next topic, lacrosse. The only thing I know lacrosse is about is I remember there's this really attractive kid in my middle school that played lacrosse, and so every time I thought of lacrosse, I just thought of him. But now whenever I think of lacrosse, I think of Teen Wolf, because Scott, whatever his name was, Scott and Skiles. What's his name? Miles? Is that his name? Miles? Or is it Skiles? Or is that the ship name? Whatever. Silas? What is his name? Oh my gosh. Teen Wolf Twink. Silas? No. Miles? Styles. Okay, so I was like, where am I getting Miles from? Is Styles Selinsky. I know them boys. I don't know. Actually, I don't know how you play lacrosse because I don't even remember finishing Teen Wolf. But it's one of those homoerotic sports I can respect, I guess. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anyone in my life that currently plays it. I don't know anybody. I only knew that one hot guy from my school that used to play it, and that's it. I don't know anybody else. I could not give you like a popular football, lacrosse. I can name basketball like LeBron, Stephen Curry, Magic Mike. It's not Magic Mike. It's Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson. Oh my. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm losing it. It's not Magic Mike. I'm so sorry. It's Magic Johnson. I'm sorry, sir, for tarnishing your name with Channing Tatum. Oh my gosh. Okay, Magic Johnson. I think he's also known for AIDS, because I remember that from South Park. It's not Shrek. What is his name? Shock, and he does that like little show with that little man and that other man and that other man. I think that's Shock, right? Shock. He's a pretty big dude. He was like, beep. I like watching him play because he's just like so like outrageously big that it seems like futile to play against someone like him. But I think it's funny. It's like, oh, you guys are putting up an effort. That's really fun. But then his big ass just comes in like, beep. And I like that. I like that from someone who's like height wise like challenged. I think that I can respect someone that's able to use their height for like nefarious reasons, and I really like the fact that he decided that he's a big guy. You know, not decided, he was born a big guy, and he decided to be a villain about it and just be a nuisance to everybody in the court instead of actually I like that about Shock, but I don't know what else. I don't know anything about it. He's also a pretty funny guy, but I think that's because he gets to be around funny people. Like I was watching this video where this like white comedy guy was describing an interaction between Shock and I don't remember what the other guys, like Charles, is that his name, Charles Barkley? Is that his name, Charles Barkley? Or is that like the blind trumpet player? Charles Barkley. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, I know these names now. So Shaq and Charles Barkley were having this interaction. He's like, man, fuck the women from Pittsburgh or some shit like that. And I found myself giggling, kikiing. I was having a lot of fun. Okay, and I like watching those like top 5 Shaq moments, and I like watching those too because I'm just a stupid person. Yeah. But yeah, I cannot name any lacrosse. Is there any more basketballs I know of? I said Michael Jordan already, right? I think so. Stephen Curry, I said. Is Pippi Steppen? Pippi Steppen? Pippi Steppen? Pippi Steppen? Pippi Steppen? What is his name? Scottie Pippen. Oh my gosh. You guys, I'm losing it. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. Why am I thinking of Pippen Steppy? What the fuck am I thinking of? Pippen Steppy? Skipping. Scottie Pippen. I remember his name because he's referenced a lot in rap songs. And you know me, I enjoy an occasional rap song every now and then. And you know what? Sue me. I like an occasional rap song. What can you say about it? Who else? I know Sedona, whatever her fucking name is, like the gay lesbian that's like an abuser. But that's because I'm in the gay spaces. I know what's cooking up in there, and I just know that she is a menace to society, from what I understand. Well, not to society, to the gay society, to the lesbian society. But I guess she could be a menace to other people, kind of like Jojo Siwa, but in a more localized scale. I know that person. Who else? Let me think of a white person. Is Stephen Curry white? I think he is black. Stephen Curry. No, he is a black man. I am so sorry for ever not saying you are not a black man. What is a white man that plays football? Not football, basketball. I was gonna say Post Malone, but I don't think that's true. There's this one player that looks like a medieval knight that plays basketball. And I don't remember what his name is. I'm gonna search up medieval basketball player. No, it's not medical. I need medieval. I don't know what team he plays. I think he plays on like the Celtics or something. No, I don't know what team. Medieval? Yes, I found him. He plays for... I don't know what he plays for. What does that say? Is that his name? Him. That's the only white man I know that's in basketball. But is his name Brooklyn, or what is his name? Or like what team does he play for? AK-47 is not his fucking name. Why is Twitter telling me that his name is AK-47? Does that look like an AK-47 to you? I don't believe so. I don't know who that is. What is your name, sir? Tallest member of ABBA. Huh. Very funny. I don't think so. Does he... Who the fuck? I'm trying to find, like, what he plays for. Oh, he might be Russian, actually. Oh, fuck. I think I might have miscultured him. Andrei Kirilenko. That's a pretty cool name. Yeah, that's a cool name. Andrei Kirilenko. And he plays for Brooklyn Nets or some shit like that. I don't know. But that's him. He looks a little medieval, and I think I mean, if Russian is white, then, you know. But no, dude, look at this. Like, he looks like he came out of fucking Time Portal. Like, what the fuck? He looks like, you know that guy from, oh my gosh, Regular Show? That fucking, the bucket hat guy? He literally looks like him. It's literally the plot of the bucket hat guy. He literally came out of fucking Portal, and he thought he was, I don't know, in medieval land, but instead he's fucking balling amongst other fellow basketball players. I don't know. I think it's the only white person I can name of, though. Let me search a white basketball player, see if I recognize any names. I'm curious now. White basketball player. Larry Bird? Who's that? John Stockton? Don't know. Jerry West? Don't know. Pete Maravich? No. Steve Nash? No. Bob Cousy? No. Nikolai Zhukic? No. John Havlicek? No. Dirk Nowitzki? No. Rick Barry? No. I feel like I've heard that before. No, actually, is he like a legend or something? I feel like, yeah, maybe. Let's see if I recognize the name here. Who is Jerry West? Yeah, I don't know any of his names. Sorry, dudes. Wow, a lot of Russians. A lot of Russians. A lot of Czech people. Czech. A lot of. I don't know what like the region like Baltic. A lot of Baltic people from the last names I'm seeing here, like Bognovic, Vucevic, Doncic, Porzhovic. Yeah, just a lot of these names I cannot pronounce. Even if there was a Vietnamese person in here, I would not be able to pronounce it. 7 feet? Who is 7 feet? 7'1"? Chet Holmgren is 7'1". Brooke Lopez 7'1". Oh wow. Lori Markkanen. Okay, whatever. 7 feet. Wow, I have never seen these high of numbers in anyone's stats ever. Kristaps 7'2". Wow, I want to see what he looks like. Wow, he looks like a man. Wow, look at this man. You can tell just by the photo, he's just built big. Wow, I imagine, dude, he's like me. If there were to be like a 2-foot version of myself, like if you were to half me in half and then put my torso on top of my head, wow, that would be him. That is amazing. Wow, dude, I'm so jealous of tall people because of the way their weight distributes. I bet he weighs like 300 fucking pounds and like he just looks like this. I bet, bro. Like, holy moly. Like, he makes this motherfucker look so short, but I bet that motherfucker's like 6'9" or some shit. Like, if I ever met this motherfucker in real life, I think I would run and hide in a hole. I'll be honest with you. Like, something about like tall people beyond like 6 feet like creates like imitation for me, because I'm like, why are you built like that? Like, I mean, you can be like Shaq and just be a menace on the fucking field, okay? So if you're built like Shaq, just pick up basketball just for funsies. I don't know. But anyways, I got off a side tangent. I think that's going to be all for today. And then I'm just going to save the list for next time because I want to drag it out for as long as possible because I think I'm funny. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm about to go to bed because I am mispronouncing things. And I'm going to go to bed dreaming about basketball men now. And I think that's going to be a nightmare for me because why? Why? I don't know. Anyways. Oh, remind me also to do a rant about why short girls want tall guys. Okay, remind me, because I'll forget. But anyways, I gotta log off. I'm gonna go. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright. Kisses.